Right, so our next demo is simply titled Cannon Fodder Plus. Now, I remember getting this one on my Amiga Power cover disc, and I think it just consisted of that. I don't think that it came with anything else, but I felt that this was more than enough, and this was my introduction to Cannon Fodder. So this demo is divided up. Yeah, there's also a quiz in the middle as well, but yeah, it's also divided up into four stages. However, each stage is it's essentially a progression of the same level. Like it starts off in a very initial blocky stage, and then like stage two is the same level, but they sort of added a little bit more to it. Stage three a bit more to it, and then stage four is like the final completed level. So it's kind of it's kind of like a mini journey in that regard. So I'll show you stage one first of all. So here we go. Block maps. I mean, sure, that's something to be proud of, I guess. One man aside, fire guns. And that word quiche Lorraine, I no idea. I probably botched that up. But yeah, here we go. Let's begin. Stage one. Okay, it looks like it's all loaded up successfully. So yeah, as you can tell, really, really sort of primitive. It's just basically blocks being pasted, the same one over and over and over again. So yeah, one block for the trees, one block for the ground. So I know that the enemy is somewhere to the left. There we go, and the water's very blocky as well. So yeah, basically three blocks for this level, and that's about it. So yeah, just as well they didn't release this as a full thing, because that would have been a bit worrisome. But yep, sure enough, the water mechanics all work fine. Water, of course, slows down the troops' movement. And as a lot of people know already, you can't shoot while swimming, but as you're about to submerge, oh, there is a bit of animation where you're sort of half in between the water, but you're ready to sort of shoot. Okay, not in this case though. Level looks like something that you made. So there we go. One man versus one man, and we came out the victor. It's kind of pointless to showcase that one, but I can sort of understand it. It's going through, each part one at a time. Thanks for the good games and the well played. We truly, thoroughly deserved that. So yeah, basically that was stage one. Very simplistic stuff. Stage two is next. Blocky trees, grenade boxes to pick up. Three men this time, and lots of enemies. So let's check out stage two. Yeah, whereas I don't know, I do quite like quiche. So as you can see, it's still very blocky, but they've added a bit more to it now. You got some shade in here. You got a bit more detail on the trees. It's starting to turn it into an actual level. Yeah, maybe the disc should have come through the post with like a slice of quiche. And already you can see that the water looks much better now. It's starting to look like a proper piece of you got a nice lake there. Oh, and they've added in a bit of desert too. But where are the enemies? See no enemies about. They said look. Oh, here we go. And already the enemies, yeah, are pretty aggressive. So it's not the sort of game that you can just like run into it and just like blast everything in sight. If that is the case, you will be picked off very quickly. Okay, just a bit of water on the end. Yeah, I mean, I sort of implemented that strategy when I was a lot younger, and then I think that's how I quickly got frustrated with it. Because like, well, I'm doing all the clicking and all the gun shooting and stuff. Why isn't the mission being completed? And you could get away with that in the full game with say the first four missions, but I think beyond that you really need to add in a bit of your own strategies. Right, just checking out if there's enemies over there. Is it safe to cross over? Yeah, so you got the animation of them, about to swim, but they're sort of like halfway. So when they were like that, they can still sort of open fire. You didn't have that particular animation on the first mission. It was just like swim or surface. Okay, so there's one box of grenades there. Let's try and nab that. Okay, that was a bit opportune. Just ran into that explosion. Okay, I think that particular patch is quicksand, so I'm just going to find out if that is correct. It is. So yeah, when you go down quicksand, you'll just like slowly sink down and never be seen again. That's no news, Stu. It's been an honor. Yeah, you also gotta check out if there's any enemies that are camouflaged in the trees. I think there's just... Is there a group of guys around? Here we go. Let's see if we can time that right. Okay, one grenade leveled three of them. I think this is the last enemy. Nope, still some more to go. And that's it. Job done. So yeah, mission 2, as you can see, was, yeah, loads longer. In spite of it being the same level, they added a lot more to it. They added a few more obstacles, and even introduced a sneaky trap with the quicksand as well. So, stage 3, let's have a look. Piers and beaches, tripwires, enemy generating huts. Now, I always used to call them just like sheds, but yeah, you'll find out what these mean soon enough. And bazookas to pick up. Right, so there's the grenade right there. I think all of that is quicksand, so we don't want any part of that. We got four people this time. We managed to pick up Stu from drowning in the quicksand. That's a good thing, I guess. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, check out the detail now. Looking less and less blocky, looking incredibly well detailed now. Starting to actually look like a proper game. And yeah, the graphics to this one, it's just fantastic. So I've also noticed that on the bottom left, there's usually, sorry, in the full game anyway, and about this guy could be trouble. There used to be like a globe symbol there. By clicking on that, you'd have access to the map, but the demo doesn't give us that feature. And that is the first enemy generating hut. So, also known as like enemy HQ and stuff. Basically, an unlimited number of men appear from there, so you gotta blow that up quickly before too many enemies show up and make your life a bit of a hell. So I think there's 4 or 3 of those to take out. And yeah, if you have played Cannon Fodder almost as much as I have, or maybe even longer, you would have clocked on that this particular mission is actually it's mission 4, phase 1 of 1. Um, and that one, yeah, that one in the complete game is pretty much what you're seeing now. I think they have adjusted a few things, but yeah, it's more or less the same. So you're kind of witnessing one mission, but in like 4 different stages of completion. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Sometimes you or the enemy, if they die, well, they don't completely die. They just sort of remain mortally wounded for a bit before eventually succumbing. When that happens, it's usually best just to put them out of their misery. Otherwise, they just don't stop complaining. Oh wow, okay, I didn't even see that guy. Surprised nobody died there. Okay, it seems like we've sorted out this part of the mission anyway. I don't think there's any more guys around here. So yeah, I've added lots of little nice touches as well. Adding in the bridge, which I feel tempted to blow up, but I don't know how much weaponry we've got left. Or sorry, I should say explosives. Oh, whoops. Okay, well there goes Jules. It's got picked off and another one's down as well. So yeah, the enemy's getting a bit super aggressive. How how dare the enemy retaliate? This bit's always a bit of a nightmare. Because yeah, when you're like in the water, you are pretty much defenseless. I didn't want to shoot the box. So that's another trap there. This bit here, I can't even take it out. Maybe you can't. Okay, I guess you can't. Looks like too much man for one man to handle. We've got rockets as well. I think they changed. Yeah, look, they changed the image in the full game. Oh, and we just got picked off. Okay, let's give that one another bash. But yeah, more trickier than I thought. Maybe going to the bottom left section first. So already, stage three, and we're thinking up of tactics. Okay, stage three, take two. Maybe consider splitting up and putting ourselves into teams. So yeah, no enemies spawned out this time. So that might make a world of difference. Just by approaching it from another direction. Oh, looks like our other team's being picked off. Team Snake. Just hearing all the gunfire in the distance makes me a bit nervous. Oh, here we go. Yeah, hopefully that's done the job. It hasn't. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Okay, I think that's all the bases taken care of. So I seem to remember, like, when the number of enemy bases sort of dwindle down, like when it just comes to like two or one left. Yeah, the enemies get super aggressive and they tend to spawn out of that one or two sheds very, very quickly. I think that particular mechanic was in the full game as well. Might be just those two guys left. Nope, still more. Okie dokie. Okay, there we go. So yeah, significantly harder than the other two stages, that's for sure. And now we reach stage four, which I don't know. they've added in a few things. I'll say this much, namely, okay, actually, this is quite interesting. Birds. So yeah, you see like a lot of birds in the distance, adding to the atmosphere. I don't. It says tank and chopper. I don't remember seeing any tanks in the demo at all. Definitely helicopters, but tanks, I don't think so. Also mines to avoid and grenades to start with. Okay, so yeah, again, so stage four is basically it's yeah, the level in its most complete form now. Even though this one wasn't quite what was I gonna say? Yeah, they just when it actually came to the full commercial game, they did take away some of these features, like, and thank goodness as well, because imagine having a helicopter attacking you right from the get-go. Yeah, this is where it starts to suck, honestly. Any mission with an attack helicopter is guaranteed to make your day completely miserable. Although you can use the bombs to destroy the sheds as well. Oh, that's one of our men wounded. Let's put him out of his misery. Oh, except that we can't. Okay. Interest. Oh, we're all dead. Okay. Well, that escalated immediately. So it's one of those do or die levels. If you're not quick enough, you're dead. I think there's definitely ways that you can sort of hide, you know, like conceal yourself from the helicopters as well. Like if you sort of like just really sort of go into the terrain. For some reason he's starting to land. Okay, that's how we get rid of the helicopter. that was that was a bit opportune. So yeah, got a couple of bazooka guys as well. I think I made a wrong choice here. I think I should have gone. Yeah, we should have gone down. So yeah, this is our own chopper. Just get to that as soon as we can. So there we go. So once we get into the chopper, that's it. The mission is pretty much done. We are armed with homing missiles as well. Which, yeah, basically make life very easy. And yeah, I always love stuff that have a chain reaction of explosions, like with the bridge. Really nice effects there. Can you? I think you can blow up the palm tree as well. Nice. So yeah, I do like that random effect. Although you know, if it's all well and good, but when the random effect lands in your face, it's less than pleasant. In the full game, when you destroy some of the sheds, particularly in the earlier missions, the sheds there'll be like the roof will just like fly off in a random direction. Sometimes it's way out of your way. Other times it's yeah, it almost feels like they just home in toward you, which yeah, just adds to the calamity. So yeah, no idea where all the tanks are. Maybe they thought about putting tanks but just sort of scrapped it in the last minute. So those, yeah, those grey blobs are in fact mines. Quite tricky to see, so you need a good eye for those. Can you blow up the bush as well? You can indeed. Nice. I think all the sheds are in the same place. Sure, you can't use the homing missiles on the birds, but I guess that will just be a bit cruel. So, yeah, it's time to play this hunt for the... Oh, here he is. Maybe there's one or two more, but I think that's it. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, cool thing is, as the phase is complete, we can actually get out of our helicopter, which is kind of random, but I quite like that. Just like, hang on a moment, I need to land my helicopter so I can properly celebrate. So yeah, stage 4 is pretty much, if you find the chopper, you've won. If you don't, you die. Quite a few, actually quite a few missions were like that in the full game of Cannon Fodder. It's like, quick, avoid the enemy helicopters, find your own one, and then just like dismiss the entire level. So yeah, those were the 4 stages of the Cannon Fodder Plus demo. We'll just have a quick look at the quiz as well. This is just a, yeah, just like a silly extra they got here. So there you go, very interesting photo, I guess. These particular cameras capture the red as well as the black and white, but okay. And I think those 4 corners are like part of a quiz. Let's have a look. Okay, so here you go. You got questions here. Which sensible team member is missing in action? I think, yeah. So you can't. There's no like multiple choice. You don't type out the answer. It's just one of those things that you just. I think you have to refer to the Amiga Power magazine to find out the answer of it. So we just sort of guess and then just click. So yeah, it's very silly stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of cool. It just makes the whole, like even for a demo, it makes the whole thing feel a bit more complete. So name the man in the mask. Not sure who he is, but yeah, I think you're supposed to guess one of their sensible software crew. Don't think they can't type in anything. And what is the name of this vehicle? Is that like an APC? And not armored personal carrier? Something along those lines? And which well-known 80s pop group are sensible doing a poor imitation of? Um, I really have no idea, but yeah, if anyone knows, yeah, pop them up in the comments. It just looks like they're being weird, which is what sensible software do best. And I think you can click on, yeah, you can click on each person as well, just to get a silly. I think there's just like stats and stuff. So okay, you got more trivia there, and then there's a bit of a bio. So name Chris Chapman. So these are like named after the soldiers, like the first starting group that you get, like Jules, Jops, Stu, RJ. I think Chris is after that, and then CJ. And then after that it goes into silly names like Pizza, Pervy, etc. So date of birth, all that stuff, rank, pleb, nickname, chappers. Favorite war is War of the Roses. Favorite team is Liverpool. Film Star Trek 1. and all, yeah, just a bunch of other stuff. Favorite three-letter word is bug. Okay, and yeah, basically he said his guts blown off for some reason. I guess nobody likes Chris. So yeah, each character is essentially their own bias, but it's kind of silly. Of course, the date of birth is six. No, how I overlooked this, just when I looked at it for the first time, just silly little stuff like this. Ah man, why is his favourite war World War Two? And even more alarming, why is his favourite football team West Ham United? So favourite three-letter word? Question mark. That's the question. What is Stu's favourite three-letter word? Stow. I'm gonna say, which is like stew but one less O. So Richard Joseph, of course known as RJ, and his question is, when was he born? So yeah, he was all behind the sound effects and the music. Favorite film, Evil Dead 2. I don't think I've even seen that. But yeah, all very, silly stuff. Oh, okay. So what is Julian's nickname? So Julian Jameson, it could be Jules or Jops, couldn't it? Oh, I don't know why he's got Horny Bird Emu on there. Hmm. His favorite kids' TV was, God, I remember the Magic Roundabout. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, and then you got John here there. Oh, okay. So if his nickname is Jops, then the last one must be Jules. And he was behind the design and the music. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Pretty much every sensible software title had their own cool introductory song, didn't they? Who's this proud man? Okay, apparently guns do not fit inside nostrils. Chris Yates. What is Chris's favorite war? Yeah, well, that's a great trivia question to ask. Oh, okay. His favorite kids show is Danger Mouse, so he can't be all that bad. I think, yeah, a lot of these photos were also showcased in the beginning of the main game as well. Oh, can you click on the dog? Oh, please, I hope there's trivia on the. Oh, there isn't. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so it seems like if you click anywhere other than the characters or the trivia bits there, I really wanted a bias on the dog. Is there a bias on the severed hand? Please, please, please. No, you can't click on the severed arm. Oh, okay. Why am I arguing about that? I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of that demo. Hope everyone enjoyed it, and yeah, just a tiny bit of a guide towards the prototype that is Cannon Fodder.